Canada, and the US. In a major planning oversight, not one member of our group spoke a word of Portuguese. But we did each bring our own perspectives to the trip, and we depended on each other, and we learned from each other. In January of our first year, our diversity in our class was strengthened immeasurably when 192 J-termers joined us in Uris Hall. All of this at great expense to the global consulting community. J-termers brought passion and commitment to this university in from around the world. And it is not just international diversity that bound our class together and prepared us for success. It is a diversity of interests and experiences, passions and professions that taught us so much and saw us through these 2 years. Future social entrepreneurs worked alongside future bankers in creating dynamic decision models. Future options traders danced with startup energy pioneers at Thursday night happy hour. Columbia Business School has given us a gift of diversity that prepares us for a wide and diverse world. And this diversity opened our eyes. It made us more aware of the world outside of the one directly in front of us. And it will keep us from repeating some of the errors that have come before because we know how big the world really is. How short-sighted judgment at a desk in Manhattan can have repercussions in so many different industries, in so many different parts of the world. Looking back on pictures from the first few weeks of school, I realized not only how poorly I have aged, but more importantly, how far we have come. And we really have changed each other. For me, the list feels endless. I learned how to drive stick shift from an Israeli in Brazil and learned the basics of solar technology on a bus to Kyoto. I toiled through Eskimo pie with marketing whizzes and joined a consultant and a pharmaceutical salesman in working on an Indian Jewish reality show, appropriately titled Om Shalom. It is pretty amazing if you think about it. The diversity of ethnicities and interests that brought us together taught us so much and continued to bind us and sustain us through these 2 crazy, enriching, and sometimes scary years. Our network is truly strong because our bonds were forged in the depths of truly difficult times. And I know that this bond will see us through the tough times and the great times ahead because I have seen it do so on so many occasions over the last 2 years. We witnessed firsthand busy students taking hours out of their nights to help their classmates prepare consulting cases when they could have been at Havana Central. We witnessed firsthand students giving up a week of their summer vacation only to help run orientation, screaming on the stairs of Uris Hall to welcome new members of their community. We witnessed firsthand one student lending his fellow student $23 so that he could buy a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a bottle of water from Uris Deli. Expensive but delicious. We witnessed firsthand students organizing trips for others, to the world tour, on countless Chazen trips to places like India, Tanzania, and Japan, on sailing trips and golf outings for no money and only thank yous. We witnessed firsthand students spending hours running the many clubs on campus for little benefit of their own, only for the knowledge that they had enriched each other's experiences. We witnessed firsthand clustermates consoling each other on a job narrowly lost, and good friends celebrating that offer when it finally comes. It is pretty amazing if you think about it. We are profoundly blessed to have had this experience and to have each other. And our bond empowers us. It gives us the ability to do things that we couldn't do before. And it will lead to success for all of us, however we define that success, of that I am certain. Whether we have found our calling already or are still striving toward it, we are empowered to be successful and significant members of the global business community. We could be joining an investment bank or starting an iPhone application, working in luxury goods marketing or working for an NGO in Nairobi. Wherever this next phase of life takes us, we are empowered to succeed. But with this empowerment comes responsibility. We are empowered not only to succeed in our business pursuits, but to make the right decisions, to steer the ship in the right direction. We are Columbia Business School graduates, and it should not surprise us that people will look to us to be fair, smart, and honest leaders. People will look to us to use the analytical skills we have learned over the last 2 years to question the numbers, but also to exercise sound judgment. So when our friends told us what great timing when we got into Columbia Business School, they were more right than they possibly could have known. We graduate today with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to rebuild the business world. From inside the safe gates of Columbia over the last 2 years, we witnessed firsthand fundamental upheaval out there. We witnessed firsthand real, exhilarating, disorienting change happening just down the street. And we witnessed firsthand how bad it can get when short-term thinking and the wrong kind of peer pressure overtakes sound judgment in the business world. But we are the Columbia Business School class of 2010. Yes, we have witnessed how bad it can get out there, but we have also witnessed how good it can be in here. Inside these gates, when you have friends who support you, when you have the skills they teach us at this place. So when that day comes, and we know it will, when new opportunity presents itself, think of your classmates and all you have learned here and seize it. And when that day comes, and we know it will, when you feel pressure to make a decision that you just don't think is ethical, think of your classmates and all you have learned here and do what's right. Because when that day comes, and we know it will, the day we are tested, the day the opportunity reveals itself, the day we get a chance to prove to the world all that we have learned from each other and from this amazing institution, when that day comes, every one of us will have the knowledge and the skills, the courage, and the confidence to take action. Look around you. This is all the confidence you need. Thank you so much for the honor of speaking here today. I am so glad I came to Columbia Business School. I am so glad it was now, and I am so glad it was with you. Thank you.